In this offensive control of the neck, Malapet is in the inside position. Being in this position where both of his arms are inside his opponent gives him better control and leverage. As you can see, his hands are on the back of his opponent's head and not on the base of the neck. In one decisive move, he pulls his opponent's head down and forward while stepping back with his right foot. The step back gives him the momentum to bring his opponent's head down. Once in this position, he is in perfect position to execute a knee strike. The lower he pulls down, the closer he can knee his opponent's face. Notice how close his face is to his opponent and how his chin is still tucked in for protection. Again, notice the grab. It's on the back of his opponent's head, not at the base of the neck. From the inside position again, Malapet stands evenly with his opponent. In a quick step forward with his left leg, he positions his left knee inside his opponent's thigh. He pulls while raising his left elbow and raising his opponent off balance slightly. He pulls towards his right and pivots with his right leg backwards. The movement is quick and decisive. Notice how he steps into the throw. Notice the twist in his body. Again, the left elbow raises while twisting. Notice how close he keeps his head towards his opponent. And again, his left leg goes quickly into his opponent's inner thigh. Here he's using one arm to show you what actually happens with his left hand. Again, his left leg steps in towards his opponent's thigh and twists him over. In this throw, Malapet is defending against a knee. Locked in the clench position, his opponent tries to knee. Malapet steps in with his left knee against his opponent's standing leg and twists the same direction of the knee. He throws his opponent while he is executing a knee strike. The opponent is thrown in mid-execution of his technique. Here he's showing you the timing on the knee. His leg rises and twists at the same time. Notice how he raises his leg and twists his body. As he twists the same direction as his opponent is kneeing. In the clenched position, when your arms are in the inside grab, step back with your right foot and push your arms forward. This force allows you to break the opponent's grab. The right arm is simultaneously drawn and cocked back with a slight bend as you step backwards. This immediately puts you in a position ready to elbow strike. The movement must be done quickly, for the sudden action and surprise will break your opponent's grab. There are several points to note here. Notice that Malapet is stepping back, not trying to push his opponent back. Notice his left arm uses a little bit of leverage from his forearm while straightening his arm and still locking his opponent's neck. Notice as he steps, his right arm is immediately ready to elbow strike. Quickness is the key. In this position here, his opponent has let go of one arm to expose the actual technique that Malapet is executing. Here, Malapet is showing how he can control his opponent's grab with the use of his shoulders. He stands evenly with his opponent and is evenly balanced. He raises his shoulder high and twists his hips and shoulders. This allows him to break the opponent's grip. This action will be one of the fundamental basics in throwing, releasing, and controlling your opponent. His arms are down to show you how he twists and maneuvers his body. Again, his opponent has to release one side of his grip to give you a better view on how his shoulder rotates. Take note the height of his shoulder, and also take note the twist in his body. Using the same shoulder-neck control as seen earlier, this time Malapet will show you the use and application. Standing evenly with his opponent, he grabs his opponent's neck. Using the same shoulder roll, he raises his shoulder, pulls it, and twists at the same time. Also at the same time, he is pivoting his legs with a small, slight step and then pivoting off his left foot. The pivot helps his body motion as he pulls his opponent. Lastly, he pulls his opponent down, not straight across. Watch closely these methods as he breaks it down for you. The shoulders raise, the grip, the shoulder tuck, again the pulling downward action, the small step sideways, and then the pivot. Using leverage with his arm, shoulders, legs, he easily pulls his opponent down for a Muay Thai throw. Here's a close-up showing his feet and footwork in action. The small step and the pivot off the left foot. The pivot and the throw happen simultaneously. Step, pivot, throw. This throw is a fast and quick body throw. Malapet stands evenly with his opponent. He grabs his waist. Then notice how he places his right knee onto the thigh of his opponent. The knee position gives him the slight leverage needed to throw his opponent. The knee is placed on the outside of the thigh, and it leverages him for his opponent's fall as he twists and turns his body. Again, watch closely and notice where he places his right knee against the outside of his opponent's thigh. This technique may seem complicated at first, but breaking this down, you can see how this technique flows from one point to another. Your opponent has the inside grip. Stand evenly balanced and then raise your shoulder. The quick and sudden move raises your opponent's arm and then push his arm over your head. Move your head so slightly so that your opponent's arm can pass over it. Now trap your opponent's arm on the other side of your head and neck. Now your opponent's arm is trapped, giving him no more control of your neck and nothing to strike with. Step back and execute a knee strike. The important points to remember here is to execute this technique smoothly and quickly. Although it's broken down for you, the technique must flow. Remember the raising of the shoulder, the push of your opponent's arm while letting his arm slip over your head. Notice that the pushing of his opponent's arm is across and not up in the air. Notice the grip is so tight that his opponent's arm is trapped. Notice how close Malapet keeps his head resting on his opponent's shoulder. Notice the position ready for the knee strike.